Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Planning Board meeting of October 6, 2025 in the Carver Town Hall Meeting Room Number 1. These proceedings will be videotaped and rebroadcasted by Area 58 TV. If we could all please stand for the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, everyone. Tonight we have the continuance of a public hearing, which is to continue the discussions with the requirements of General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 3A, commonly known as the MBTA Communities Law. Just to bring everyone up to speed, we have had some communication with Town Council, and at this late stage of the game...
Hang on. That's supposed to be off.
So the last
I just don't want this in step on the wall.
We'll give that a minute.
It's not gonna be enough time to read all this.
We're going to stay on.
Do you think I can continue, Tom, or do you think I should wait?
Yeah, we've got a lot of dead air. I'll go ahead and just lean into
Okay,
the-
yeah.
And I hope it should stop as soon as you get to the
Okay.
second.
My apologies, everyone. We're just waiting for the air conditioner to turn off so that everyone at home could hear us. But what I was about to say is that we have been communicating with Town Council, and at this late stage, we cannot bring in any other properties for discussion other than West Street. So we will be focusing on the West Street property, and I don't... let's just say we can't make any amendments to the warrant as it stands. So the primary focus will be West Street. We're hoping to maybe get some more information on that, but it won't be anything that will be in time for tomorrow night's meeting. Correct, Mr. Bott?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Very good. Is there anyone on the board that has any questions about the West Street property? Further questions?
Yeah. So a whole lot of papers here, so what's going on?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this first page and I'm looking at model results. We're still at 482, but I'm expecting the green is the
Can you speak in the mic?
open space.
Well, I will say, Mr. Shea, that although we're focusing on West Street, the communication I've received from town council contradicts and I believe supersedes what information we've received from the Barrett Planning Group, in that a lot can be divided to create the minimum units of 252. However, we will not be able to do that in time for tomorrow night's meeting. So I don't believe that we will be forced to look at the 452 units.
So then I'm looking at
So
the memo from Barrett here on the first
that all
page.
came in prior to town council's email.
Okay, so the green is the open space sub-district and the red is the housing sub-district.
Yes. But I don't think that this would be, well, this is what we have to bring to the table tomorrow night, although this is not the plan that was attached to the warrant, is it?
No, the map that was attached to the warrant was essentially this parcel without the sub-districts in it.
Okay, all right.
Because as you know, we were trying to get this advertised, we had to have something to put
Right.
up for discussion. And so those earlier maps and earlier bylaws for discussion have been surpassed by amendments that we made and other information that we've received.
So tomorrow night, if we were to vote on this, the town, the residents, would we be looking at the entire parcel because it doesn't have the right map attached to the warrant?
Yeah, and I think that, like you said just before, and I'll say it again, zoning isn't easy to do to start with. And zoning, when you've got an overlord, an overseer that's telling you, well, you can't do this and you can't do that, makes it more difficult. And just the amount of time we had from July to get to this point, it's a lot of stuff to try to process and get to that point. So we're at the time where we've got a number of options and a number of things up in the air, but our time is up. Town meeting is tomorrow.
Right.
And it's very difficult to process this for the board, for me, with all, certainly the good folks at town meeting who are probably studying this very hard at home, likely will have some difficulties in sorting that out as well. So I've been to a lot of town meetings, 50 plus, and there's times where you go, we're just not ready to go to town meeting. Mm-hmm. And this is likely one of those times with where we're at in this particular zoning article. Mm-hmm. And I think that's consistent with what town council is mentioning in their memorandum as well.
Right, right. Very good. Well,
And we can only indefinitely postpone this on the floor, correct?
that is correct.
Well, if the board, what I'll be doing is communicating to town council and everyone else after the board makes a decision tonight, or makes whatever recommendations they make tonight.
It was my understanding he advised us to continue the public hearing to tomorrow night.
Correct.
So would we be making our final determination tomorrow night?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
But I just wanted to let, I'm trying to communicate as much stuff as I can to folks.
Okay.
So the board is always posted for, prior to town meeting, and we're posted tomorrow for 5:30. I understand you talked to town council and they said they'll be available at 5:30 as well.
Yes.
Currently, we're posted in that small room. We might move to a bigger room.
Right.
Perhaps into the auditorium at 5:30.
Okay.
We'll figure out the logistics of that tomorrow.
Okay, very good.
But, at this point, we've got a lot of different options, not one that we're set on.
Right.
And we got town meeting tomorrow.
Yep.
So,
Very good.
Because, right, so right now we're looking at 400 and some odd units in
Yes.
regards to this. And
Yes.
the map that's currently up there is not the map that will be presented at
Correct.
town meeting.
Yes. So that is extremely confusing, I think. probably leads to,
Any map that we do go forward with should include the 100-foot buffers and the building lines on it, and make sure that we have 15.7 acres and a unit cap of 235.
absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
Because as a adjacent small town, we can do that. And
Right.
because our water protection or aquifer protection district encompasses the entirety of the town, it does give us justifiable cause.
Right, absolutely. Mr. Lake, do you have any comments?
No.
No. Mr. Robinson?
I just believe that we are very adamant about the fact that we do not want even the 235, and that we have no intentions of allowing it to be anything more than that, and that's the bare minimum.
Right, I would agree.
I also have questions about where the 235 came up with, where that number came from. I mean, it's capped at 1.5% of the developable land of the town of Carver, which, just by my rough calculations, was about 210. So I don't know where the 235. I know that's 5% of our housing, but it also they do allow for a maximum of 1.5%, which would bring it down to 210.
Interesting. Mr. Bott, could you comment on that?
Yeah, as I understand it, EOELC, when they first brought out the regulations, required 50 acres, 15 units per acre, 750 units, and that overwhelmed a lot of smaller towns. And so they took a look and recalculated that based on Connie's assumptions, that there's a cap on what percent of new housing stock this could be. And there's a chart that they've had posted for a couple of years now, and Carver's number is 235. So that's what the state has calculated as the maximum units required for Carver in their zoning bylaw.
The maximum?
Maximum or minimum? Yeah.
Pardon me,
Yeah.
minimum,
Yeah.
minimum.
So where does the 1.5% of developable land come from then? How does that interact with the 5% of the already built housing?
I don't know.
We can look into that further.
So pretty much they're just giving us a number and saying that's it, with nothing to back it.
Right.
It's just an
'cause
arbitrary number that, you know.
Yeah. Right. Any
Yeah.
other questions?
Nope.
Whereas this is a public hearing, would anyone else like to comment on this? Please come forward.
Donna Boran, 27-8 South Meadow Village. I don't know if I can ask any questions, but can you clarify what the problem is right now? Because I know you were talking amongst yourselves, but I don't want to say what I think I know, but if you could verify what I think I understand there's a problem with the map. Would that be correct?
Well, the map that was attached to the warrant is the entire parcel. As Mr. Bott had explained, they had to put something out there. Any further discussion that we had after the warrant was posted about either amending that, getting surprised by the 839 units versus the 235, and those different variables, that's not consistent with the map that was attached to the warrant, so that in itself leads into problems of inconsistencies, and we can't change anything further from the issued warrant, correct?
Yeah, the question comes up to, does the public have adequate advance notice of changes to the map or changes to a different map at this point?
And we all know the answer to that question.
And the consensus of most everybody who's opined on that question is likely
Yes,
not.
yes.
So the choices would be to vote no tomorrow off of that other map, or we could make a motion to pull it off the warrant.
We'll make a motion to indefinitely postpone the article in all likelihood and bring something back for the April town meeting.
What
Has to
a-
be
Or
like
another
December
meeting.
31st,
December
right?
31st.
Has to be December 31st.
Right.
Well, are we
They're
gonna hold another
suggesting
special
one.
town meeting? I mean,
That's what
is
council
the
is
state,
advising.
is the state gonna come after us in the 3-month period that, I mean, we've done everything we could to get this going. This isn't, it's just been a mess.
I'm not blaming it on any of you by any means. I just think it's a shame. We put a lot of money into this. People spent a lot of money researching this. And somebody's being paid a lot of money on another end to produce these maps for us and to do the research for us. And they've been paid. So I'm just astonished that here we are, less than 24 hours away, and this is a complete disaster.
I would agree.
And I'm really sorry for all of you that are on the planning board. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Donna, did you sign in?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So then the question becomes, are we going to hold a special town meeting before December 31st? That's going to be, of course, Christmas time, and are we going to get a quorum for that? And then what's the fallout if we don't? Is it going to be any different than going for the guaranteed town meeting in April? And is the state going to come after us? I don't think they're going to come after us as long as we're making a good faith effort.
I think that's a question I would like to pose to Attorney Corbo tomorrow night when he attends our meeting. I would like, because he put in his memo, you know, a special town meeting prior to December 31st. But I would agree with your thought process on that. I don't know why the state wouldn't allow us a little bit of breathing room so as to not incur the expense.
And really, what can they do to us otherwise? That's,
Yeah. Right.
because they could bring us to court over non-compliance, but I don't think that any judge is going to reasonably not allow us to
Right.
go to our, I mean, we're already holding a special town meeting, and this is
Right.
just not working.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I would like to pose that question to him tomorrow night, and I think that'd be helpful for him to attend our meeting.
Plus the additional costs in regards to
Absolutely.
this, and who's going to be around between Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Right. Absolutely.
So, oh.
I know a lot of people who are voting on this, they all go north too for the winter. So keep an eye, you know, keep that in the back of your head, like all our voters leave town to go to Florida. So, I mean, this is unusual to have a meeting, and I know you have to do what you have to do, but I'm just saying that the whole thing is a stupid mess. It's ridiculous.
There's no.
It's not ideal.
There's no way that we can, not that I want anything to happen, but there's no way we can do anything tomorrow night, right? There's no, since we already have the, you know, the town meeting already.
I believe technically we
You could
Good.
move forward with something that you have that you're not fully familiar with and fully comfortable with.
Right.
And most people would say, why would you move forward with something like that?
right.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's fine.
just-
That's fine.
Well, as of right now, it's something, if we moved forward with it, it isn't what we wanted
Okay.
to present to the town. You know, we wanted 235 units, and at this stage of the game, it's not.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
posing the question, that's all.
Yeah, we're the planning board, not the jump at chances board, so.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions out there?
I would ask if I could stand. It'll help me breathe a little better so you can hear me better.
You go right ahead.
Okay, no, we have a problem with that? Okay, thank you. Hey,
Tell them who you
Just-
are.
oh, I'm sorry,
That's
here
right.
again. Paul Owen, Main Street. So you folks been working on this for quite a while. And I can honestly tell you that I think if you go to town meeting tomorrow night and you don't have something for the members, the voters of this town, they're going to come at you, and they're going to hold you, because they're already claiming that it's you folks. And we know that that's not the truth. Okay, we know you've been working quite hard at getting this done. So postponing it because you're not ready, that's not going to sit well tomorrow night. You know, I think if you have an opportunity to not go forward at all with it and go to next town meeting in April, that would be the thing to do. That's just my point, my opinion.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Irwin.
Mr. Owen?
Would anyone else like to speak? Please.
Sherry Poirier, 16 Gate Street.
Okay.
If it's not removed from the warrant, and if a no vote is voted on, lots of ifs here, but, and then it's taken to the state level and the state seeks recourse and we have to defend, and we lose the defense, does it then go back to the planning board to pick a parcel? Are we taking a chance with a no vote that the state is then going to pick the parcel?
The state can't do that.
They can't do that?
They don't have the power to put forth a special master to do so. It's not within the law. They can only litigate us, and they can withhold funding. So honestly, the best they can do is take us to court, but again, like I
So it would
said,
just be a financial recourse. They wouldn't be able to pick a lot that was much larger than a 235 or whatever the exact number is to
well,
build.
part of the problem for the state is that this is all based on the citizens' constitutional right to a vote. And as such, the state can't force the citizenry to vote one way or the other. So constitutionally, they can't force that. The state could take us to court, but again, it's unlikely that if we're making a good faith and due effort to bring this to the April town meeting, that anything would progress from that.
Right, but regardless of, but at a no vote, whether it's now or in April, then there most likely is going to be some sort of recourse, and we either proceed and win or not. So my question is, if we do not win, whenever that may be, does the state then come back to you and say, okay, you did not prevail, and therefore you need to come up with a parcel? Or does the state say, okay, you know, you looked at West Street initially, we're going to choose West Street as the rezone?
The state can't do that.
They cannot.
The state doesn't have the power to zone.
So they'll just come back to you if we didn't prevail and ask you to pick out a zone at that point?
Well, they could litigate it. They could bring us to court over it.
Right.
But again, you can't force people to vote one way or the other. I mean, that's not possible. So we're looking at legal fees, maybe censure from the court, and again, no.
Yeah, I don't want the state to ultimately have the decision of where that rezone is.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
No. That's why we've been going through this,
Right,
is to try to pick a location.
right. But
Yeah.
I don't know if people understand that a no vote could possibly allow that rezone to be in the state's hands, or
The reason why it's in our hands is because the state doesn't do that. They don't implement the zoning areas. They rely upon the towns to do that. They're mandating the towns to do it,
Oh,
and that's why
right,
it comes to
understand.
our level, but they, to
so
my
we'll come
knowledge.
back to your level again.
I believe so, but I can't say for certain. Mr. Bach,
Towns
do you know?
Towns are in charge of voting their zoning. There are
Yeah.
people who've turned down the MBT zoning bylaw, and they've made that decision. And Carver has that option as well. But as Connie said a couple times, it's not an option for the state to decide where your zoning is going to be.
Thank you.
Because yes, that was originally a concern, so I did look into that,
Okay.
because it was a concern of mine. I had asked that question.
Thank you. I just don't want us to end up way worse than we are with a no vote. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any comments this evening? Seeing none. The board have any other questions? No? Mr. Bott, have any comments?
Motion to adjourn to Carver Middle High School tomorrow at 5:30 for the continued hearing.
Continued hearing?
At the
Okay.
guidance counselor?
Well, we're going to call it Carver Town High School at this point. We're booked for the guidance room, but I have a feeling we may need a larger venue for that. So I will look to see what larger venue we have discussed with town council where they'd like to do that at.
Okay.
And just have a sign when people come in the door. Planning board meeting is in room X.
Okay.
Very good.
So I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing on the MBTA Communities Law Act till October 7th, 2025 at 5:30 PM, Carver Middle High School.
Very good.
I will second that.
Perfect. Mr. Lake?
Aye.
Kevin Robinson says aye.
Mr. Shea says aye.
Mary Ellen Williams says aye. Thank you.
So I have one announcement, if I may, before we lose our viewing.
So, you want to find out how it's going to turn out? Show up tomorrow night.
Yes, please do. Very good. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second that.
Mr. Lake?
Aye.
Kevin Robinson says aye.
Mr. Shea says aye.
Mary Ellen Williams says aye.